I've got a really nice selection. I've got some carrots here, some small potatoes, some parsnips. You can use turnips as well. Just some pieces of onion, some fennel, and I've got a little bit of rosemary and savory. You can use thyme, whatever herbs you want. And it's incredibly simple. What you want to do is, I already know this is not going to work, but find an appropriate bowl that's going to fit everything, and just add all your ingredients in there. And the onions, again, I leave them just really big chunks because I'm going to roast them in the oven. And if they were smaller, they would just burn a lot faster. So that's going to go in there. We're going to season them. Just a little bit of lemon juice. Now, I always suggest, a little bit of that acid when you're roasting, especially root vegetables. It goes a long way. It absolutely tastes fantastic. You get this beautiful caramelization in the oven, and this explosion, this brightness of flavor just lifts everything up. So I'm adding a little bit of lemon juice here, but that's where the pickled beets are actually going to come into play, and they're going to take this roasted root vegetable to the next level. And it doesn't make sense to everybody, but it does work. So a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of olive oil.
Make sure it's an oven-safe bowl, or
yes, I'm not putting this bowl in the oven. And just a little bit of salt. Well, bake it in the oven, and I have a higher heat, about 400 degrees for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. I want to hit them hard with a lot of heat, get some nice caramelization going on, and make sure they cook through as well. So these guys have been in there, and you can see how they're looking. You have, the cook through, and you have this beautiful color. I don't know if you guys can smell that, but I mean, the rosemary crisps up, the thyme crisps up.
I can see people inhaling,
Yeah.
so I think we're trying to develop some smell-o-vision for the people at home, so you don't get the full effect, unless you make it at home, of course.
I'm going to take one thing here, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this is perfect to serve as is.
And the great thing about the beets, they're absolute nutrition superstars. So they're packed with a unique type of antioxidant that you can't find in any other vegetable called betalains, which there's some strong research suggesting that they reduce heart disease risk. And no research looking at the effect of beets in people yet, but they've actually done cell studies on human cancer cells in the lab. And they've shown that these betalains actually prevent the growth of cancer cells, and also prevent them from duplicating. So basically the betalains prevent the enzymes or proteins that are responsible for stress and inflammation in the body. They prevent those from working so that the cancer cells can't grow. And they've done it in everything from breast and prostate, as well as lung cancer, colorectal, and gastric or stomach cancer. So some very exciting research about these special antioxidants.
So plate up, you do the whole thing in the middle of the table, all those root vegetables. And then this is kind of that secret that everyone's going to be
the not so
asking
secret
about.
Ingredients.
So just throw a few of those pickled beets on there. And I mean, with the golden ones, the red ones, again, the color's amazing.
And pickles are a great way to add some variety to your diet and just add some other flavors. So we're not suggesting you go ahead and pickle every single vegetable and rely on a pickled diet. They have done some research looking at certain parts of Asia where people rely 100% or close to on pickled vegetables. And they find that there's actually an increased risk of stomach cancer and esophageal cancer. So way too much acidity going on. So you want to make sure your fresh fruits and vegetables, or even the frozen ones, make up the bulk of your diet, and that you're using pickles, as an interesting, exciting way to add some variety.
Mm-hmm. So that's it. And then finish it with just a little bit of that brine while it's hot.
Ooh.
When the vegetables are hot, it's actually going to absorb all those flavors that you're putting on there. And that's it.